weeks into us dating, I went to bed early.
Yeah.
Because I had to get up early for church the next morning.
Yeah.
And he went and picked a girl up and took her to Target and slept with her in his back seat.
Were you guys dating at that time?
Oh yeah, no, we were like we like posted about it. Like we were like,
man.
like we were like together, like you know,
right.
and
Knew.
like everybody knew.
Right. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Birdwatching Podcast, where we ask chicks questions to get answers for you guys. Today I have a very special guest. Her name is Samantha Balda. What's going on, Samantha?
Hey.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks.
Great.
I appreciate it. All right. So to start off every episode, we start with a rooster review. So we try a beverage, give it a rating. Make sure to give a decimal because no decimals is rookie scores. Today we're trying out aloe vera juice. It's called Crisp. Oh, the crisp flavor. Fuji apple and pear. And you said you've tried this before?
I haven't tried like this flavor, but I've tried aloe like drinks before.
Yeah, I think I've tried one, but it's been a long time. The only thing I remember from it is the texture.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you like that texture?
I do not.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Well, this will be fun then. Crack it open. Give it a sniff test. Oh, it smells
smells
good.
It smells like apple juice.
Mm-hmm. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, knock it. And dock it. I didn't get any of the...
yeah, there's no texture in there.
There's some at the bottom, though.
Oh, wait, maybe you have to shake it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that was like...
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Yeah, that wasn't bad at all. So we shake it to make it bad?
Yeah. You gotta get the real, like, rating of it, though.
Oh, yeah, the full experience.
No, I still don't see any, like, pieces.
Maybe it's like...
Oh, I do.
Maybe it's subtle.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't mind the texture. I kind of like it. Like, something's weird about it. It's like almost like boba.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I can see that. I also don't like boba, as I don't like the texture. The, like, taste isn't bad, though.
I actually think it's super good.
Yeah. Like, if the texture wasn't there, I'd get it. Like, I'd drink it again.
I think I would drink it again. In my head, it's like processing is like apple chunks.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's apple chunks, though. I
No,
think
it's definitely not.
aloe chunks.
Hold on. Definitely aloe chunks.
Mm-hmm. I actually dig it. I like it a lot. Yeah, you don't like that, I can tell.
I don't know. Like, I hate the texture. Like, I really hate the texture. Because now it feels like it's apples. But then the texture isn't, like...
Apple-y enough.
Yeah.
It's not, like, crispy enough.
Yeah.
All right, do you have a rating for it?
No.
All right,
give me a sec.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 8.2.
Okay.
I dig it.
I'd give it like a 7.6, but if the texture wasn't there, I'd give it somewhere in the 9s.
Wow. Yeah.
Like,
the
it's good.
Great.
It's just the texture. It just...
Throwing you off too much.
It's not for me.
Yeah, I dig it. I would probably go back and buy, like, more of these. I probably will end up buying more of these.
Yeah, that's fair. I won't.
No.
Maybe, like, strain it.
There you go.
Yeah, put all that effort in.
Right.
For, like,
I was going to say, that's
sips.
so much work just to drink a bevy.
Could just get apple juice.
Right on. Good stuff. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to play a game. It's called Guess This Movie. Now, I know you were telling me that you're a big movie junkie, know a ton of films.
Oh, yeah. All of them.
No, you were saying that you don't, like, watch a bunch of movies. Like, that's not really your go-to, like, pastime.
Yeah. I'm not a big movie...
Head?
Yeah,
person.
like fanatic.
Fanatic. Yeah,
Fanatic.
Yeah. Good word.
Yeah, it was in there. I just couldn't think of it.
So this is actually a Pixar movie. So we'll square it down a little bit for you.
Okay.
I think if you've seen it, you'll get it by like the 4th or 5th hint.
Okay.
But if you haven't seen it, it's going to be tough.
Perfect.
So here's your first clue. The opening montage of the movie was inspired by strangers' old home movies. Do you know what a montage is?
Nope.
It's like, in movies where they like do quick cuts to like cover a large amount of time in a short amount of time during the movie.
Yeah.
So like there's a montage at the beginning, and it was inspired by strangers' home films or home movies that they had watched, and they're like, okay, we'll create the beginning montage based off this.
Okay.
Sweet.
Got it.
Here's your next clue. The villain in the film was inspired by Walt Disney himself. What is it?
Got it.
Yeah. I don't know if I can give you any more on that one. But essentially, yeah, the villain, the bad guy, his persona is loosely based on Walt Disney. So it's probably not going to give you enough, though, to get it.
No, not quite.
Here's your third hint. During production, the animation staff would produce about 4 seconds of footage a week. So the amount of time that they put in the film, like the amount of film that they would make would equate to about 4 seconds for the full movie. So you can imagine it took them a while.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. I'd give up after the second week.
Isn't that crazy that people are out there like actually making animation films? Like they're just drawing picture after picture or like working on the CGI.
How do they look so like real?
I don't know.
I can't even draw like a sun.
Same. Suns are tough though.
Terrible.
It's like a circle and squiggly.
And lines.
That's a lot.
And sometimes you have to like color it in.
Right.
It's too much work.
It's too much. The expectations are too high for suns.
Yeah, I'd agree.
All right, here's your next one. Fourth hint. There are 10,297 balloons seen in the movie.
Is it up?
It is up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I figured that one might give it away for you.
Yeah, no, I can see why you would think that.
Yeah. The balloons thing. Yeah. And then the last one, even though you just got it, the main character is working to complete his Boy Scout sash. Would that have given it away too?
Probably, yeah. The balloons really helped it though.
Yeah, the balloons was a big one.
Yeah.
10,297, which means, so I was reading up on it, and you know like when you see the house with the balloons on the outside?
Yeah.
They were saying that even on the inside of that, you can't see it, but it's like layered with more balloons to give it more of a real feel. Which is crazy. Like you'd think that they would just have to make like the outside of it and you'd be fine.
Have you seen the thing where like you can see like reflections in eyes, and I think it's in like Frozen or something. Like you can see the reflection of like what the character would be looking at in like the person's eyes.
That's crazy.
They're like
attention to
intense
detail.
with the details.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Not do that.
Hey, I kind of want to see a picture of that.
Yeah.
You said it was Frozen?
I think so. I definitely could be wrong.
Frozen movie, eye reflection. I'm sure you're right. Oh, wow. Holy cow.
It's crazy.
All right, I'm going to show a picture of what I'm looking at right now. This is crazy. So it's like whenever they're talking to somebody up close, it's like the other person in the reflection. Very impressive.
Yeah. Could you imagine having to draw that?
No, I literally can't.
Animate that?
My dad's actually an artist, so
really?
I'm sure he would appreciate that. But
yeah, you didn't get those genes.
I can draw like faces, like cartoon faces.
Okay.
And like very minimal, like other stuff.
Yeah, but not a sun.
Not a sun.
Not a sun.
That's tough though. No,
yeah.
I just don't draw that much. I think if I invested more time, I'd be okay.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I don't draw that much. How about you? Can you draw?
No, not at all.
Really?
Nope. I can draw like a dog, but a lot of people think it looks like an elephant or something, or like a bunny. It's not very realistic.
What's your creative outlet? What are you good at creatively? Like writing, poetry, music?
I like writing and I like poetry, but I'm definitely not like amazing at it.
Yeah.
But like I enjoy it.
What does that stem from? Did you do it in like high school or?
No, I actually went through, this is already like a little much for how early on. I went through a really hard time beginning of like high school and middle school and just a really rough like elementary time.
Yeah.
And I didn't really have anybody, so my way of going through it was kind of writing, and I didn't realize that until like high school, and my therapist was like, have you ever thought about writing? And I was like, yeah, actually I've written everything. Want it?
Yeah, that's super cool though. So
Yeah.
that was like your outlet of dealing with hardship pretty much.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Definitely. I write a lot about when I go through like hard times. I definitely write a lot.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
It's very therapeutic, very good like outlet of getting emotions, out of just like your head.
Yeah. And I like it because I can look back like now, like even in my notes, like I have stuff that I wrote when I was in my freshman year of high school, which is, I mean, obviously wasn't that long ago because I'm still pretty young.
Yeah, but
like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And like I can look back at it and I'm like, wow, you were that sad over that?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, it's good to have it like documented though, because then you can look back and be like, or if you run into issues again that you've dealt with in the past, if you don't write it down, you're like, oh man, how did I deal with that? What was I like? How did like? Is this how I felt the first time around? And then you read it back and you're like, okay, I've been through this before. I can get through it again.
Exactly.
I know how to handle it this time.
Yeah.
Very cool. Good insight. We're already getting to know you so well.
Yeah.
All right, we're actually switching up the order today. So the next thing we're gonna do is questions for guys. So I think you brought a couple questions over.
I did, in fact.
All right,
a couple questions.
Go. Let's get some insight.
Okay. What is like what's the first thing you notice about a girl when you see her? Like physically and then emotionally.
Okay.
So like you see her on the street and then like have a conversation.
Okay.
First two things.
So surface level, physical. I'm a big face guy.
Okay.
Like, if I'm gonna date anybody or pursue anybody, a cute face is like probably numero uno.
Yeah.
And then after that, obviously, you know, there's other physical attributes that are attractive, but definitely face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's like eyes or mouth, or I don't know what specifically it is, but kind of just like the whole package. Need to be a cute girl for me to
get that. Yeah.
like approach them. And then non-physical, so like emotional, I'm very attracted to a girl who has a sense of humor.
Okay.
And it sounds like a little sexist, but I don't think there's a ton of women out there who are like extremely funny.
A little bit sexist.
Yeah, a little bit sexist.
It's like a little bit.
Unfortunately, that is just how I feel. I don't think that women, their strong suit is sense of humor. And funny enough, I think it stems from like women are usually like the chasey. So like guys usually have to pursue women. Guys have to like impress them in a certain way to like have them want to continue the conversation.
Yeah,
right?
like stick out.
Right. So I think men are like almost subconsciously forced to develop like a sense of humor in order to like make connection. Whereas women are getting approached, you don't really have to develop a sense of humor.
Yeah, you just kind of have to be hot.
Yeah, or I mean, yes, like up front for sure.
Yeah.
But then eventually, I mean, I'm not saying women don't have personalities or good personalities, anything like that. But I just think men tend to have to develop a sense of humor.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just a pig, though. All right. Do you have another question for me?
Yeah. What is your biggest red flag when it comes to girls?
Ooh, biggest red flag. Good question. I would say it's so vague, but like immaturity, which can be a multitude of different things. But girls who are like boy crazy, or girls who like can't like apologize in communicative situations, or like they never think they're wrong, or they're kind of like very in their own head, in their own world. It's very unattractive to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then on the flip side, though, like girls who are established and stable and capable of working through problems, and they're not just focused on themselves, they're, you know, empathetic, stuff like that. That is very attractive.
Yeah, definitely.
So I would just say, yeah, a girl who's like immature is very just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like I kind of, even if they're extremely attractive, I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
It ain't it, chief.
Yeah.
How about you? What's a red flag that stands out about a guy?
Oh. Everything.
Yeah, guys are red flags.
Just like the males.
Guys who say that women don't have a sense of humor.
Probably someone who's just like super like, I know we talked about it last week, but like toxic masculinity, like someone who is just like a man who's like not in touch with their emotions.
Oh yeah.
Like you don't have to be like crying to me every day, but if it's a year and a half and you've cried to me twice, you kind of need to grow up a little bit.
Like spread your wings a bit, or emotionally at least.
Like just like it's okay to like open up about things and like speak about them.
Like be vulnerable.
Yeah, like you don't have to be out with your guy friends and like be crying to them.
No.
But like if I'm dating someone and you can't cry to me, I cry like once a day. Like that's not okay.
I would say
I cry enough for the both of us.
Yeah. There you go. I would say once I really start getting to know a girl, I'll open up and like be vulnerable, be emotional. But I'm not a big crier though. Like,
yeah.
I would say I cry like maybe once a year.
Yeah, some people definitely don't cry a lot.
No.
But I mean, like, personally, I am a crier. Like, someone can, like, sneeze wrong, and I'd be like, oh. Like, it's bad. But,
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, like, being emotionally vulnerable is just crying. But, like, if you can't, like, open up about, like, your emotions and how you feel about things, or like if you're going, like, stuff is happening in your life and you like tell me it's happening, but then you can't sit there and tell me like how it's affecting you. I'm like, well, then what's the point of telling me?
Right.
Like, why would you tell me this and then leave me here, where if that was me, I would be in therapy right now. Right. And you're just sitting there and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go play soccer. And I'm like,
you're like, come on, open up.
Cool, thanks.
Guys do deal with those kind of issues differently for sure. Like we kind of bottle up or push down emotions, stuff like that. I don't know if that stems from like culture and just how it's, I don't know, like.
No, I definitely think it's that. Like
men are told to like man up, don't cry, don't be a baby.
When men are like, or when men are boys, like when they're younger in like sports, like if you get hurt, it's always don't cry, man up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, if I was in 5th grade and I got hurt in a sport, everybody be running to me.
True.
And like everybody cares so much, but then a man gets like
banged up,
killed in a sport, and they're like, huh?
Come on, rub some dirt
Grow
on
up.
it. Yeah. Stop being a baby.
Yeah, I hate that.
It is kind of funny. It's interesting. I've never really like thought about it or been like introspective on it, but definitely an issue with guys. Like, kind of makes us cold creatures.
Yeah, it does.
Dang. All right. Do you have any more questions for me?
Yeah, I have 2. Do you want both or do you want just one?
I want them both. I want all of it.
I kind of forgot. Oh wait, no, that was the 3rd question, wasn't it?
That was the 2nd, but.
What did I ask you then?
You said red flags, and then what stands out about a woman?
Oh, okay. What's your like? This is kind of the same as the red flag, but what's your like biggest ick?
Ick, yeah, biggest ick. I mean, obviously cheating. Cheating is such an ick, but that's too easy. I feel like biggest ick.
Well, I mean, it is the biggest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's probably the biggest. What else? Okay, we'll say in a relationship, cheating.
Yeah.
Not in a relationship. Another like red flag or big ick to me is when a girl is like obsessed with getting attention from other people, like just like attention W words, attention whores. I don't know if that's acceptable to say, but
I think so. I think it's
but like
fine.
Girls who are like super focused, like they have to constantly be posting on social media for like validation, or they'll be like oh whatever, I don't even know, specific stuff. Like it's just so obvious that they're looking for somebody to reach out and be like, oh, like, are you okay? Or like,
oh my God,
like, oh, it's so funny.
Streaks, don't hit me up.
Yeah, oh my
that stuff.
Oh, can't stand it. It gives me the ick so bad.
That's like, sometimes I like feel bad because I'm like, obviously, like they're going through something and they're not like getting what they need.
True.
But at the same time, I'm like, you have 1,000 followers. Why are you posting on your story? Don't hit me up.
Right, yeah.
Deleting social media for a week.
Yeah, don't hit me up. Going off the grid.
If you really need me, you'll already have my number.
Oh, man. I hate that one.
Oh, my God. I just hate it.
Oh, my gosh. I can't stand it. And it's just like it's just a ploy to like get people to hit you up or like reach out. And
then when people don't, they're like, oh, my God, nobody cares about me.
Nobody loves me.
But then you're posting like, F the world, don't talk to me, and nobody talks to you, and then you're like, oh, why does nobody talk to me?
Yeah, they should know what I actually want. That's an ick for me.
It's like a woman on her period.
Yep, big time. Like a woman on her period. I'm glad you said it. I didn't.
Yeah, you couldn't. I think it would have been not okay if you said it.
A little bit. Do you have a 4th one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So last week you asked what was one thing we would change about men. Yeah. But what's one thing you would change about women?
Women. One thing I'd change about women. I guess it's kind of similar to what you said. Like toxic masculinity is, I'm sure, is a huge turnoff for females. Toxic feminism is extremely like a huge turnoff. And I know it only really pertains to like a small demographic of women, because not all women are like that. But women who are just like so like feminist movement to the point where they're like, hate all men are bastards. It's just like, oh my gosh, like shut up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm sure men do the same thing. Men do it all the time. They're like, all women, all
women suck.
Yeah, all women suck. Girls
They're
suck.
They're all 8W words.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's like small percentages of the gender. So like, you can't be mad at all women. But if I could change one thing, it'd be like, we could probably just get rid of that like fraction of people right there.
It's like the extreme feminists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't stand them.
I'd have to agree.
So annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Good questions though.
Thanks.
Hopefully,
I tried.
Hopefully people pick up on some cues. We don't have a huge demographic of women that watch this.
That's okay.
Surprisingly,
it's mostly men.
Yeah, surprisingly
mostly men who are trying to learn about women.
Yeah.
That would make the most sense.
I think it's like 85 to 15%.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, actually.
Yeah, we have a ton of guys.
It's really just a lot of, like, college-age girls in this seat. So
right.
It does make sense that it's mostly men.
It does line up. The math does add up.
Yeah, it does.
Too funny. All right. We're good. Just wanted to make sure we're still recording. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do taste tests around the world, and we're going to try out some Pocky. Have you ever tried Pocky before?
I have.
Okay. So Pocky is like a biscuit stick, and then it's like covered in chocolate. We have 3 different flavors, so we'll be trying them all out. I'm thinking we're going to start with, let's do strawberry first.
I think we should end with chocolate.
The normal chocolate?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So we'll go strawberry, and then we'll go cookies and cream,
Okay.
and then we'll do OG chocolate.
Okay. Good. Because I don't like strawberry or cookies and cream.
Really? You don't like cookies and cream?
No, I
Oh,
don't.
man.
I'm not a big chocolate person.
Okay.
I love white chocolate. Milk chocolate, I can have like 1 piece, and then I'm like...
That's my dad. My dad can't do caffeine anymore, and there's a little bit of caffeine in chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't really do any sort of chocolate anymore.
That's terrible.
I know.
Why can you not have caffeine?
I think he's allergic to it.
Oh, okay.
Like it gives him like really bad headaches.
Okay.
So I think he
Yeah.
just tries to avoid it at all costs.
Okay.
All right. Do you mind if I just grab them for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, I'm going to give you 2 of them.
Is it like headaches after the caffeine?
It's like, yep, literally.
That's kind of like a caffeine withdrawal, isn't it?
I don't know. He hasn't really done caffeine for like 15 years, though.
And it still like gives him headaches?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow,
that's
these are all stuck together.
Really? Are they melted?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just going to pull it all out. Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, they might have melted
Totally
a little bit.
melted.
The 110 degrees outside did not help.
Okay. This is not good. I'm struggling over here. You can't see it, but...
Oh, I'm looking. Don't worry.
All right. Here. And then do you want some of the tips, or is that good?
No, it's good.
Okay.
Oh, this is going to make a mess.
Oh, and then I get a perfect one.
Great.
That's all right. If
great.
it makes a mess, don't sweat it.
This smells like not chocolate milk, like strawberry, like something like strawberry milk that you would put in cereal. Like, you know, like it's like when you put like regular milk in cereal and then you eat all the cereal and it's like pink.
Uh-huh.
It kind of smells like what I feel like that is.
Like cereal milk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It smells like, have you ever had those wafers? They're like wafer on top, and then it has like a cream, and then another wafer, and then cream, and then another wafer.
Yeah.
That's what it smells like to me, those strawberry ones.
Yeah, no, okay. I think you're definitely more right
Yeah.
than the cereal milk.
It does smell like cereal milk, though, too. Like if you just had some sort of like strawberry cereal.
Yeah, like the wheat ones.
Wheat
with
not
Wheat
Not
Thins.
Wheat Thins. Shredded wheat.
Nope.
Oh, no.
That's
Never
something
mind. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, knock it and dock it. We're good. So you don't really like strawberry, though? Or like strawberry flavoring stuff?
I don't like artificial strawberry.
Oh, okay.
I love strawberries, and I love like if it's real strawberries, I love it, but
But this isn't,
not my favorite.
this ain't it?
Nope.
Mm.
Not for me.
My dad would love this. All right.
Yeah, that's fair. There's some
Yeah, I have a rating.
crumbs everywhere.
Yeah, you're chilling.
I don't. I kind of forgot that we were doing ratings. I need a
Mm-hmm.
second.
All right, I have a rating, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 6.9.
Okay. I'm gonna give it like a 5.7
Okay.
because it's not bad. It's just not for me.
Right, but you don't hate it.
Yeah, no, but I would never like
Buy
pick it up.
Yeah, go out
Yeah,
of your way
no.
to get it.
No.
All right, well, we'll try the next one. Another one of your favorites, cookies and cream.
Yeah.
So we'll try this one next. And I gotta think that it might be melted.
Yeah, I was gonna say the chances are pretty high here.
I don't even know how that happened. I bought these today.
Did you leave them in your car?
I did not.
How did you get them here?
I went, picked them up, put them in my car for like 6 minutes on the drive home.
Yep, it was the 6 minutes.
But I had the AC on.
Doesn't matter. How long does it take your car to like warm up?
Cool down. It probably it's pretty immediate. I have a hybrid, so it goes pretty quick.
Oh.
I actually think it might have melted while it was like in my house, which is crazy because I don't think it's that hot in here. But
I feel like it probably melted in your car.
yeah, you're probably right.
It was probably like a quick melt because they're just like stuck. They're not like
True.
melted.
These-
So it's
This one's stuck as well.
oh, it's the
Oh,
wafer
this
part
one's
chocolate
this one's
too.
not as bad. Here you go.
Just slightly stuck.
There we go.
Oh.
All right.
Mm.
I'm gonna like these ones. I like cookies and cream though.
I don't. I also feel like that's gonna be like chocolate flavored, and
But
I'm not gonna like
I think
that.
it's gonna be white chocolate with Oreo.
No, like the stick.
Oh.
But I also don't like Oreos.
Okay, that's weird. All right, knock it. And dock it.
Mm.
Not a fan, huh?
Mm-mm.
I love it. I think this one's better than the strawberry one to me.
No, that one's definitely better than the strawberry one, but
Uh-huh.
it's definitely not like.
I
Would
like
never go out of my way to get those ever in my
Mm.
entire life.
I've never actually thought about buying Pocky.
Really?
Mm-mm.
We used to have a ton of like exchange students growing up. My
Mm.
family did exchange students for most of my childhood.
Oh, cool.
So we would have like exchange students and they'd be like, "Oh, try all this." So
Right.
I've tried a lot of like foreign candies or
Yeah.
whatever, and like stuff like this is like very like common
Right.
for us.
Mm.
Yeah.
I thought that one was super good. But do you have a rating?
I'll give it a 6.2.
Okay, so just a little bit better than the strawberry.
Yeah, because I can taste the white chocolate more, but I can also kind of taste the Oreo in it.
Yeah, you can definitely
So,
taste the Oreo.
yeah.
I'm going to go
And it's like-
7.6. I like that one a lot. Well, not a lot better, but almost a full point better than the strawberry.
Yeah.
That was good. I like that one.
This also looks like this part, like the crackery part, is like not plain.
Not plain.
Yeah.
You mean like it has its own flavor to it?
No, it just well,
Or are you saying it just looks
like it looks like it would be chocolate flavored. You know what I mean?
It's not though, I don't think.
No, it's definitely not. But
You know what it kind of tastes like? It's like do you remember those like little sticks that you
no,
dip
it
into
definitely
cheese?
is
What?
like flavored.
Oh, what does it taste like to you?
I don't know. Try it.
I just put the box down.
Here.
Yeah.
It's not like a strong flavoring, but it's definitely not like
Nothing.
yeah.
It's not nothing.
Like I feel like the strawberry ones would just kind of be like nothing.
It literally tastes like those sticks that you dipped into cheese. You know, those
Yeah.
like, little like things that you'd bring to school.
Yeah. Those things were so good for no reason.
So good for no
It
reason.
was so gross too.
The cheese is like not real cheese.
No, it's fake.
It's like
definitely
super fake cheese.
very fake.
But those were bussin'. That's what the graham cracker or the biscuit stick tastes like to me.
I also don't like graham crackery type things.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I have very like picky taste buds.
Yeah, I can tell. You know, like Oreos, fake strawberry, or graham crackers.
Yeah, like cheesecake, I won't eat the bottom part of it.
Weird.
Yeah. I don't know why I tried to grab that with my other hand.
I think this one will be my favorite.
Yeah, no, me too.
And also, the stick doesn't look the same. It's a lot lighter.
Well, it's the same as the strawberry one.
Oh, yeah. But the cookies and cream one
Yeah.
look darker to me.
That's what I was saying, that it
Yeah.
kind of looks like it should be flavored.
Flavored.
Yeah.
I don't think it...
Well, that one's not going to taste like anything because it's nothing.
I think it tastes the same as the cookies and cream one, though.
Okay.
I think. I'm not sure.
I mean, you're probably right, but
All right, knock it. And dock it. Ooh. Party foul. That one's good.
yeah.
Whoa. Oh, man. I'm going to have to vacuum.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, it's like a dark chocolate, though.
Yeah.
It's not like a normal... It's not milk chocolate.
What does it say? Is it on the box? Does it say dark chocolate?
It says chocolate cream.
It's probably like cocoa.
Yeah. It does taste darker, but it's good. All right. I have a rating. Do you have a rating?
No, I can't remember what my last two were. It was like 5 something and 6 something.
You went like 5.7 and then 6.3 or 6.4.
Okay. Then yeah.
All right. How do you compare this one to the last two?
Probably like a 6.2. Because I would like it better if it was milk chocolate.
Yeah.
I really, really hate dark chocolate and like cocoa.
And that's really what it tastes like.
Yeah. So, but I do like it more than the fake strawberry. So,
Okay. So accurate ratings.
yeah.
I'm going to go... I like dark chocolate a lot. I can eat dark chocolate by itself. But I kind of have a palate for like bitter foods. Like I really like black coffee and like.
That's disgusting.
Well, I don't know.
That's horrendous. That's terrible.
I like grew up on black coffee. I always drank black coffee. Even when I was like little, first time I tried coffee was black coffee and I loved it. So I don't know.
That is horrendous. That's
Very
terrible.
weird, right?
That's
I remember
bad.
First time I tried coffee, I was like 5. And we were at my aunt and uncle, their church. They were like Catholic, so we went to mass. Afterwards, you get like donuts and coffee. And my aunt, I was like, can I get some coffee? And she was like, you're not going to like it. Like, she was going to give me a little bit so that I would be like, ew, that's so gross. And I remember trying it and being like, oh, like, this is good. And she was like, okay, well, like, give me the rest of that. Like, I wasn't expecting that response kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah,
I love
the first time I ever had coffee, I think there was more creamer than coffee.
Really?
But I also don't like the taste of espresso.
Oh.
Like I love white coffee because it kind of tastes like dirt water.
Right.
But like I don't love like black coffee or like shots.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love it.
Not my favorite taste.
I'm going to give this a 7.9.
Okay.
This is my favorite one out of the 3.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Well, shout out Pocky if you're looking to sponsor the episode. Feel free to. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about relationships. So let's talk about boyos a little bit.
Beautiful.
Here is your first question: is it attractive when a guy is religious?
So like yeah, but also sometimes no, because like I grew up in a church. Like I'm religious. I'm not like insane religious. Like I'm not like, oh, if you don't believe in God, you're going to hell.
Right.
Like I just don't think it's that harsh all the time.
Right.
But I think that when a man is like religious, if it's the same religion as me, like obviously I think it's attractive. But going to GCU, you do meet the men that are like, oh, let me tell you about my walk with God. But if you don't sleep with me the second time we hang out, ghosted. So I hate that because I feel like a lot of men use that as like a ruse to like get girls.
You're not the first person to say that about GCU guys.
I'm not surprised.
Which is very funny.
It was 90% of my experience with GCU men.
That's tough. I've heard a lot of girls, because we do interview a lot of GCU girls.
Yeah.
A lot of them are like, GCU men are not it. Which is unfortunate because like I'm a past GCU guy. So then you hear that and you're like, really? Like what? Like how's it changed? But I have heard a lot of girls say, guys will be like very... Bible thumper, you know, like very out there with their faith, like they want to share their testimony, but then 2, 3, 4 dates in, they're like doing things that kind of contradict, you know, their whole like original message.
Yeah.
And that's a turnoff.
There's this one guy that I was talking to for a little bit, and he was so hot, and and then he was like super like churchy when we would talk, and the first time we hung out, like everything was like fine. And then I was like, he kept asking me to hang out at night, and I was like, I'm not gonna hang out with you in the middle of the night because you're gonna expect me to hook up with you.
Right.
And I was like, so you're gonna spend all day talking to me about like your faith and your walk with God and like going to church together and like all this, but then you're gonna ask me to come over at 11:30 at night. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do that to myself. Like I would so much rather just go to bed early.
Right.
And then we talked for probably like a month or so, like not like super consistently. And then the second time we hung out, it was just when it was like, it was not like late, but it was later. And it was like the only time that had been convenient for us for like 2 weeks. Like both of us were free. And he literally tried pulling a move on me that night. And I'm like, literally after I spent 2 weeks telling you how I don't like hookups. Like I'm not just going to hook up with you. So if that's like what you're expecting, just like, move on to the next one. Right,
exactly.
Like, and I'm like,
he's like, no, yeah, that's not who I am at all.
Yeah, no, and he would make jokes. Like, one time I complimented his sheets because, like, on his bed, because we were Snapchatting, he had cool sheets. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I like your sheets. And he goes, thanks. Sometime you should come visit them.
You're like, not what I was going for. But.
I was like, no.
You know what? Actually, the sheets suck. I hate the sheets.
Never mind. They look cheap.
Worst sheets ever. I see a stain.
Terrible. Oh, God.
Well, shout out him.
Oh, no, maybe not. Shout out him.
Yeah, obviously, that one wasn't meant to be, but...
No, not quite.
Hey, we'll bounce back.
We hung out, and I didn't sleep with him that night, and he ghosted me 2 days later.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really nice. It was really
God was probably telling him that there was somebody else out there for him. That's one of my biggest pet peeves is when a guy or a girl will be like, I just feel like God's telling me that like this is supposed to happen. And it's just like, shut up. Like, shut up.
Just tell him you're not interested. Like,
Right.
it's not that hard.
You don't have to play the religious card. Even if God does tell you, like, she's not the right one, using that as a way of breaking up looks like a cop-out.
Exactly.
Big
like,
time.
just be honest.
Just say, like, yeah, this isn't it.
It's not for me.
Right.
Like, I don't think this is what I want in the future.
Right.
Like, I feel like that's so much simpler than bringing faith into it and
Right.
putting, like, a misrepresentation on, like, the Christian church.
Facts. Agreed.
Yeah.
I think we're on the same page.
Yeah. I
Here
think so.
is your next relationship question. What is a relationship deal breaker for you?
Cheating. If you
Cheating.
cheated in your past, if you lie to me about cheating, if you're texting other girls,
Yeah.
like if you lie to me about hanging out with someone, like if you have girlfriends, like I don't care.
Right.
But if you can't allow, like if they are not willing to have a relationship with me, like
That's tough, too.
there's more behind it. Like
Right.
obviously, my biggest thing is cheating. I got cheated on my sophomore year, went back to him like 3 times. He cheated on me, like physically cheated on me with like 2 or 3 girls, but like emotionally with like dozens. Like it's embarrassing.
That's tough, though.
Yeah, that one caused a little bit of
Trust issues.
yeah, just
yeah.
like they've
So-
only followed me for a couple years.
So you found out that he cheated and then you went back to him.
Oh, actually. So I found
tell
out
me
he
about it.
cheated while we weren't we were like exclusive, but we weren't dating. And then I
Okay.
found out he was dating a girl that he went to school with because we
Oh.
went to separate schools. And I found out because we had mutual friends through my church, and one of our friends told me, and so I ended things with him. And then a couple weeks later, he was like, "Oh, I messed up. Like, I'd do anything for another chance. I just want to date you." Like, he was like, "I am loyal when it comes to like relationships, but when we're in a talking stage, like, it's not the same loyalty." And me having like one relationship, and it was in like 6th grade. Before that, I was like, "Oh, that makes
okay.
so much sense."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like I can change him.
Right. Oh,
And,
yeah.
and then we started dating, and 2 weeks into us dating, he I went to bed early
Yeah.
because I had to get up early for church the next morning.
Hey,
And he went and picked a girl up and took her to Target and slept with her in his back seat.
were you guys dating at that time?
Oh yeah, no, we were like we like posted about it. Like we were like
man.
we were like together, like
Yeah.
you know,
Right, people
and
knew.
like everybody knew.
Right.
And I found out because he was sitting in my room once, and one of his friends, or not one of his friends, one of the girl's friends texted him because he sent like a streaks or something, and it was a picture of him and I. And she responded to it and said, "What did you do when you went?" Oh, sorry, I said a name.
Oh, it's okay.
He was like, "What did you?"
That's all right. That's all right.
He was
So-
like, "What'd you guys do when you went to Target?"
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I was like, "So you lied to me about like you went and hung out with a girl and you didn't tell me?"
yeah, that's weird.
And we like went into my kitchen, and I was like, I'm not okay with this. And he was like, nothing happened. Like, we just went to Target, like
Right.
talked and like walked around Target. He was like, I took her to a public place because I knew you'd be more okay with that. And I was like, but you didn't think to like tell me? Like, I was like, if you were hanging out with a girl, I would have had no issue. But if you can't tell me, like,
It's suspicious.
obviously there's something more behind it.
Right. And then when did you
And
find
then-
out that they did the
Oh.
kerfuffle in the car?
Well, so a couple days later, she DM'd him, and because like he wanted me to trust him, like he gave me his passwords for everything, like gave me like his logins for both of his Instagrams, like gave me his Snapchat password, gave me literally anything
Everything,
social
yeah.
media. He was like, I want you to be able to trust me.
Yeah.
So this girl DM'd him and was like, hey, it's been forever, blah, blah, blah. He said nothing about me. Their conversation ended. And then after I found out that he had gone to Target with this girl, I was just responding to Snapchats on his phone, and I saw her name, and I was like, it's the only time, actually one of 2 times that I've ever checked a man's phone.
Yeah.
And I was like, he told me they weren't talking at all, and they had a streak, and I was like, so that was a lie. So I
Yeah.
went in the chat, and I was like, don't do it, Sam. You don't need to do it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not that, like,
It's not that
like you
serious.
need to believe him.
Yeah.
And I went up, and she went, she said, what if she finds out? And he said, there's no way she could find out. I didn't tell anybody.
Oh.
And so he dropped me off at his house, and his poor friend was in the car. And I said, you need to get the hell out of the car right now.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm not getting out. It's cold. And I was like, get out of the car, like right now.
Yeah.
And then
He's like, oh,
he
fuck.
he was so mad about it. And he got out. And then I was talking to the guy, and I was like, I showed him it, and I was like, what the hell does this mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to like make you mad, but she kissed me, and like I didn't kiss her back, but like she kissed me, like blah blah blah, all this stuff.
Man, this kid's
and I was
kinda
like,
full of crap.
I know, I was like, I was livid. I
Yeah.
was so mad, and I was like, I was like, this sets us back further than you know. Like, I was like, I don't care.
It
like,
ends
you,
it,
I was
pretty
like,
much.
well,
Yeah, you still give a
so
chance.
I went inside, stormed up into my room, yelled out that I just got cheated on
Yeah.
to my family that's just sitting in the living room. And then I stormed up the stairs, closed myself in the room, didn't talk to anybody for the rest of the night.
Right.
My poor mom tried to come up and talk to me. I was like, don't. I was like, I don't even want to. I don't want to hear it. I know what you're gonna tell me, and I don't want to hear it.
Right.
And then a couple days later, the girl's best friend DMs me on Instagram, and she's like, hey, I just want you to know, like, these were different girls, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a different girl.
No, so there was the one when we weren't together, like when we weren't officially
Right,
dating,
yeah.
and then this one's a different girl.
The target girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
different girls.
Yeah. Target girl.
So the target girl's best friend DM'd me, and she was like, hey, woman to woman, I just want to let you know they did more than just kiss.
So
when they went to Target.
are you appreciative that she hit you up and said that?
I'm appreciative, but then I was talking to my friend about it a couple weeks ago, and so I went back and found the messages.
Right.
And then I was like, wow, she was not very like kind about the way that she told me.
Yeah.
But so she told me, and I was like, are you sure? Like, did they admit to it? And she was like, yeah. And then I was like, can you send me this girl's Instagram so I can message her? So she sent me the girl's Instagram, and the girl and I talked, and like he made all the moves. Like, he asked her to go to the back seat. He was the one touching up on her, like all this stuff. And I was like,
dope.
Super cool.
That's so awesome.
Super cool. Yeah, it was great.
That.
So I sent him screenshots of everything, like all of my messages with the friend, my messages with the girl. And he said, believe what you want to believe, but I'm telling you the truth. And I said, okay. So I blocked him on everything. Blocked his number, blocked all of his, but I was still logged into his Instagrams. And then I only took him back because there was this one girl that he was talking to before I met him that I had known about, who was like hitting him up, and she was like, I'll dump my boyfriend for you right now. Like, blah, blah, all this stuff. And he was like, no, Sam's different. Like, I effed up. Like, I need to fix things, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And I was like, he's shutting down like a girl that he was pretty serious with before him and I got together.
Which is a good sign.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, maybe he's changed. Like,
yeah.
maybe this is like what it took. That was not what it took.
Unfortunately.
So I waited a couple weeks, and his best friend and one of my best friends were dating.
Yeah.
So we had like a little friend group, and him and I would like talk to each other through the two of them. Like, while he was blocked, like if he ever wanted to send me something, his friend would send it to me, and he'd be like, hey, he just really wanted to send this to you, but he couldn't. And I'd be like, oh, that's so thoughtful.
Oh, what a sweet boy.
How kind. I can't believe he thought of me.
Right.
So I unblocked him on everything, and I sent him this long text pretty much saying like, I wanted all this stuff in the future, but like, you broke my trust. Like, I don't know how I can believe you again. And he was like,
but you opened the door again for him.
Yeah. And then he was like, I just want to like prove to you that I can be different, like blah, 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 all this stuff. And I was like, I'll give you one chance.
Yeah.
And I took him back, and we weren't like dating or anything. We were just kind of like talking for a couple weeks. And then he would like in the car with his friends, like be like, oh, I really don't deserve this second chance, or like blah, blah, blah. And then like he would cry to me about like that he didn't deserve a second chance. And I was like, if you really don't feel like you deserve this chance, like you're not gonna improve, you're not gonna change,
right.
Like, you're gonna cheat on me again.
Right.
And I was like, I don't deserve that. And so, oh my God, I just got like a flashback of what happened when I ended things.
Shout out.
So I ended things. No.
Not nostalgic.
I ended things at a Juice WRLD concert.
Nice.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Shout out Juice. R.I.P. Yeah, unfortunately.
But I was in the bathroom, and he like at the concert like peeing, and he was ignoring me, and he was mad at me that I went to a concert after he cheated on me.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, you're mad at me that I went to a concert with my friends from school?
Yeah.
And so I posted a picture. My best friend at the time posted a picture of this random guy that we met that was holding me up on like his shoulder because I couldn't see.
Right.
And he sent it to me, and he was like, you could have just told me. Like, if you were going to be with someone else, you could have just told me. And I was like, really?
We're not together.
I was like, you think that after you cheating on me, my like way of revenge is going to be to go cheat on you with some random guy that I met at a concert?
No.
And I'm like, what the hell? And so I was like, unfortunately, like, I feel bad that you feel like that, but you kind of did that to yourself.
Right.
And so, I ended things with him, and he lived like maybe half a mile down the road from me. Like, we lived super, super, super close. So I ended things with him. He walked to my house barefoot, left his phone, his keys, his shoes, everything at home, walked to my house in the middle of the night. And I'm like freaking out because I'm like, oh my God, what if he just like did something, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And
because he's not responding.
Yeah.
Right.
For like maybe like 30 minutes. And I'm on the phone with my friend who was at the concert with me the night before. And I was like, watch him show up to my house right now.
Yeah.
And so
Ding dong.
I hear like something. It was like a rustling or like a sniffle or something like through my window, because my window was right next to my front door.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, oh dear Lord.
Yeah.
And then I hear the dogs go up to the door and start growling, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
He's here.
And so I walk out and I look out the blinds and he's sitting on my porch. And I'm like, and so I had to text his brother, and I was like, hey, because I'm freaking out, like thinking that he did something. So I'm like, I texted his brother and I was like, dude, is he okay? Like, and so his brother was like freaking out. His whole family was out looking for him. And so he came to my house, and I texted his brother super quick, and I was like, this is my address. He's at my house right now. Like, come get him. And I like went out there and sat with him, and he was like sobbing in my arms, and he was like, I messed up. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I know. Like, it's okay. I'm just trying to like comfort him so he didn't like walk away and like, we lived in the middle of the woods. Like, he could have walked away and just in the woods.
Disappeared.
Yeah. And so I like stayed with him until his brother got there, and then we like never spoke again. Yeah.
Tough breakup.
Yeah, that was a really long story. Sorry about that.
Good, yeah. All right. And that wraps up our podcast. No, just kidding. No, that was a good story. That's crazy though.
Yeah. What was the question?
Question was, what's a relationship deal breaker for you?
Oh yeah, so cheating.
So long story short, cheating.
Yeah.
Here's your next one. What are your biggest fears in a relationship?
Being unhappy.
Okay.
I'm not
so like getting into a relationship, progressing through a relationship, and then being happy at a certain point.
Yeah. So I was in a pretty, not super long term, but for high school, like a year and a half is pretty long term. I feel like.
Yeah.
It was my first serious boyfriend, and probably like 5 or 6 months into it, I was just like, wow, he doesn't treat me very well. Like, I'm not very happy, blah, blah, blah. And like, I would put all this effort into like making him feel loved and like paying attention to his love languages. And like if something bad happened, I would just surprise him and then be like, I'm not going to stay here. Like, I know you just want to be alone, but like, here's this. Like, I'd like bring him something, and I'd be like I would cater to his love languages, and he would not cater to mine at all. Like, not a single time, never did anything that made me feel loved. And then I just got really, really unhappy, and it just progressed and progressed and progressed. And then I only had one other friend, and I was working like 60-hour weeks. So it was like, I don't want to lose my one like friend, like the one person I hang out with.
Right.
And I was just super, super unhappy, and he didn't like talk to me very respectfully, and like he just didn't treat me how you should be treating someone you love. Right. And when we broke up, he told me that he had seen how unhappy I was for months, but he did nothing about it. And then
that's a weird thing to say.
Yeah, like he told me, he was like, I've noticed the past like 5 months how unhappy you've been.
5 months.
And I was like, really?
You didn't say anything the whole time?
5 months you saw me like depressed out of my mind, not only unhappy in the relationship, but like, I mean, I was working 60-hour weeks. I was working 3 jobs and babysitting, trying to save up for college.
That's so funny.
And he just like never put the effort in. And I was like, wow. And then when we broke up, I was like, I don't feel loved. And I was like, you don't do anything to cater to my love languages to make me feel loved. And he was like, I'm not going to change who I am for a woman or for a girl. Okay. And I was like, well, that's I was like, I'm not asking you to change who you are. I'm asking you to, like, if I have a bad day at work, let me come sit in your room with you. Yeah. Like, you don't need to be talking to me the whole time. I just don't want to go home and sit in my room alone. Right. Like, if I have a bad day after working a 12-hour day, like, sometimes I just want to come sit in your room. And he'd be like, I'm tired tonight, not tonight. And I'd be like, so I would go home alone. And
sad.
And we actually broke up because we got in a little argument over some stuff with school, and he told me that something like a promise ring would have been too much commitment to him. And we were dating for a year and a half, and I was like, I don't want a promise ring, but you can't tell me that I'm someone you want to marry, and we've been together for a year and a half. Yeah. On top of being friends before we were dating. Right. Like, so I was just like,
you have an established relationship, but
yeah, I was like, I knew 2 months into talking to you, like, I knew when we started dating that you were someone I wanted to marry. Yeah. And I was like, it's been a year and a half, and you can't.
He wasn't there.
Yeah. And I was like, when I was dating him, I cut out all like possibility of getting married or having kids, because it was just, I wanted to be with him. Right. And I wanted that stuff, but it was just, I knew that stuff wasn't going to happen with him. So I kind of like blocked all that out as a possibility for something in my future.
Wow. So you really committed to it, and he just wasn't quite there.
Yeah.
I wonder what he's doing now.
Well, he's living in Arizona with his girlfriend that I go to school with.
That's dope. Maybe we'll have him on the next week's episode.
Oh, no, that's a really good idea.
That would actually be
I can text him
text
now.
him now?
Hey.
Yeah, that'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder what he'd have to say about you. He'd be like, none of that's true. She's lying.
That was
kidding.
one thing though. Like, I know he wouldn't talk bad about me. Like, he even like his ex before me, like he never, like they had a really unhealthy relationship. And I mean, he never like talked bad, like never talked down on her. He'd be like, well, this happened, but like also all of this stuff happened to her when she was younger. So like,
Oh, cool. So
I like,
good qualities
he's
about
very I still respect him. And like, he's my first love. Like, obviously, like I'll always have love for him.
Right.
But he just didn't love me the way I needed to be loved.
Yeah.
Which is, again, my biggest like fear in a relationship is just being committed and unhappy.
Definitely took a toll on you, but
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'll be one of those things where like you look back on it and be like, I'm glad I went through it because now I'm with the guy that I'm supposed to be with, and I
Exactly.
wouldn't have been able to like get over this fear obstacle.
Yeah, and then I talked to a guy like pretty soon after who made me feel more loved in
Oh, cool.
3 months.
And now
I
you,
mean,
you
but
know what you should have.
yeah, but I mean, he did like leave me and go back to his ex of 3 years. So that wasn't great, but I did feel loved for those 3 months.
For those 3 months, those are great 3
Yeah,
months.
the 3 months were wonderful.
Man, you've had some unfortunate relationships.
Quite a few, yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Sam. Shout out Sam's exes.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, here's your next question, and it's pretty organic actually. What's the grossest thing a guy can do?
Oh my God, hygiene?
Hygiene?
Like, just like not showering, not washing your face, wearing dirty clothes, like smelling, just
Yeah.
like not
Odor.
like not brushing your teeth, like just,
Odor is mine.
it's disgusting to
It's
me.
so
Like,
gross.
it's like just
Yep.
shower.
You know what's
It's
funny? I actually don't wash my face ever. But I also
That's so unfair.
I
Your skin is so clear.
Thank you.
That is so unfair.
I appreciate that.
See, that's different though, because you don't wash your face and your face is like clear.
Yeah.
I know people who have like cystic acne and they do nothing about it.
Oh yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, my face is breaking out." I'm like, "Well, have you tried cleaning it?"
Cleaning it maybe.
You could just do a little.
I am extremely grateful and fortunate that like I don't break out very often. I get very few zits on my face. So I'm super thankful about that.
Yeah, that's good.
But
I'm
like,
jealous.
It's cool. But like for me, probably one of the biggest turnoffs from a girl is bad breath or like body odor. That is
Yeah,
like it,
it's
and I have a
disgusting.
pretty strong sniffer, so I can like pick it up pretty easily. So if a girl has bad breath, I'm like, oh, dude, like I had to
Yeah.
stop talking to a girl one time because of it.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm that anal about it.
That's fair though.
Yeah,
I wish I was.
yeah.
I always get on a little too far before I notice those things.
Oh, not me. Right away.
Oh, well.
I noticed it right away. I'm like,
Well, because a lot of
Smell
times be like, oh, they like try and impress you when you first meet them.
right,
And then it slowly just kind of.
deteriorates.
Yeah, and
goes
I'm like,
downhill.
why are you?
You're like, what?
You smell like you haven't showered in
Yeah,
3
you
days.
smell
Your
like
hair is
soup.
gross.
Yeah.
You haven't washed your face in a month.
Right.
And you're breaking out. Like, it's just.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, and then they're like, oh, do you have any like good skincare? And I'm like, oh yeah, this. And then they never get it.
And
And,
they
it's
never
like
do it.
$7.
Right.
And I'm like,
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll check that out.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
they ask for it and then don't
Guys are
do anything.
weasels.
Yeah,
All men suck.
they really do.
I'm just kidding.
So from experience,
yeah.
I can say that
Well, yeah.
99.9% of men really do suck.
Guys would say the same thing about girls, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you've had unlucky experiences,
yeah, for sure.
definitely.
People just kind of suck, I think.
A little bit.
A little bit. Just a little bit. All right, here's your next question. What are your thoughts on having kids?
I wanted kids so bad growing up. I love kids.
Yeah.
I've babysat since I was like 10. So I've been around kids. I worked in childcare. I've nannied. Like, I love kids. But back to that relationship, it kind of ruined my like want for kids. And for a year and a half, I kind of just told myself kids weren't something I wanted. Kids weren't something I wanted because it was kids in marriage or that guy. And in my head, I was like, oh, this is what's worth it. And so I kind of just like fully cut out the possibility of having kids, and like it's been a healing process to like get back into wanting kids. And I know at some point like I want kids, but I also want to settle down, I want to get married, I want to travel, and then have kids. So
I'm
probably
in the
not
same
to like
boat.
mid late 20s.
Okay. Oh yeah. That's not even that
Maybe
like,
late
far away,
20s.
though. I was gonna say late 20s. Mid 20s
Yeah.
is only like 4 years away.
Sometimes I forget that I'm not 15 anymore.
I know,
And
it's
I'm
kinda
like,
weird.
oh, 20 is in 4 months.
Yeah. Really, that's crazy. Yeah. I want kids. I've always wanted kids. Like, very excited to be a dad. But I'm in the same boat. It's like, I want to settle down first. Like, enjoy your marriage. You're never gonna have that opportunity again with your wife just to like enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
After you start having kids, because then it's also like family, and then the earliest that you're gonna just be with your wife again is 18 years if you have one
Exactly.
kid.
Yeah, and then
so enjoy the time you have with her.
Yeah, and so many people get married and have kids right away, but they don't stay married long enough, and then they get married and straight into kids, so they don't let that marriage like settle.
Right.
And then you bring kids into the situation, and you're unhappy, and then you're
you don't even know why.
Kids of divorce.
Oh, sad.
And it's like.
Divorce
I've seen so many families fall apart. Like working in childcare, like I've been around kids, I've been around families, and I've seen so many families falling apart, or so many families like in the middle of falling apart, and like it sucks because you can tell how hard it is on those kids because they don't fully understand it, but they know what's going on.
Right.
And so I just think it's better to like that again comes with the being unhappy. Like I want to make sure I'm like fully like settled 100%. Like I want to live with the man I'm gonna marry. Like I want to know for sure before I have kids with someone.
Kids are even a thought.
Yeah, because I mean, divorce sucks. You don't want to get divorced, but divorce is a lot easier when there's not kids in the picture.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, but not until you're ready.
Yeah, not for like 70 years.
A hot minute, yeah.
Maybe like some adopted ones as a grandparent.
Yeah, we'll talk about kids at like 65.
Yeah, like 65, I'm thinking maybe adopting.
Yeah.
It's like
a terrible game plan. I can dig it.
So someone out there has that game plan.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Someone somewhere is like, yeah, I'm gonna adopt at 65. Never want kids.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's a weird game plan though.
No, that really is.
But
someone somewhere.
Somebody is doing it.
Yeah.
All right, here's your next one. And this is actually your last relationship question.
Perfect.
What would you do if your partner became physically disabled?
Well, honestly, I wouldn't really know like what to do just because like I've never had any experience with
never
that.
Been in that situation
But I mean,
before.
like if I'm in love, like I'm not gonna leave because something happens. Like obviously, like I'm gonna stick around. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, that sucks for you.
Yeah, see ya. Bye.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I really wouldn't know what to do. Like I mean, I'd stick around. Like I'm not just gonna
dip out.
But
that's very admirable, and I want to say the same thing, of course. And I do agree, like, if I'm completely in love with her, nothing's going to change the fact that I'm in love with her. So I do think that I would stay, too, for sure.
Yeah,
but it's so much easier
like
to say that, like, when you're not in the relationship yet. You're like, oh, of course I'd stay. But then it really does take a toll on your relationship.
Well,
That's
definitely,
tough.
yeah. And then, I mean, like, if you're, like, if you love, you can love someone but not, like, be in love with them. And if that's the situation, like, you're going to be so unhappy in every aspect if you stay. So it's, like, it's hard on, like, you have to, like, think about yourself, but you also don't want to make them feel like,
yeah, this is why we're not working anymore.
Yeah, like you don't want them to like lose that physical aspect of whatever they had, and then also lose the person they love. But like if you're not in love with them, like they deserve someone who's gonna love them in that spot.
True. That's a tough situation. But I think everybody would say like, oh, of course I'd stick around. I don't think everybody would.
Yeah, definitely not.
So kind of a tough sitch for sure.
Yeah, like I would love to say that like I would stick around the whole time, and I mean like if it ever happened, like I would plan on it, but I'm obviously like I'm not there, you know.
I'm not there yet.
Like I'm still in college. Like relationships are like barely even like there for me. Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
they're a little mixed up there.
No, I agree with you. I'm a little bit older, and I still feel the same way. Like relationships are just tough. They're so tough until you really find the one that makes it easy. It's tough.
Yeah, I thought I found that, and then he left me.
Right.
Shout out. Ex.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hopefully you're watching.
Probably not watching because I blocked him on everything.
Well, maybe he heard
I'll text it to him. I'll unblock his number. Just there you go. Send it
Check
over.
Check this out. Yeah, and then block him again. There you go.
Just hey, I know we haven't spoken in a couple months since you texted me at 2 a.m. while you had a girlfriend.
Ooh.
So now I kind of hope he's watching that part. I hope she's watching that part.
I'm gonna leave that in.
Thank you.
We'll keep that one in.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'll send it to her.
Yeah, there you go. Just that clip. We'll probably put it on TikTok or something.
I'll send No, I can do that. I can send her to her on TikTok.
Let's go.
Tag her in it.
There we go.
Put her in the caption.
Yeah. I'll tag her in the video. Hopefully it pops off.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great.
Great insight on relationships. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. So last thing we're going to do, we're going to play cute or cringe.
Perfect.
This is how it works. I'm going to read off a couple prompts to you. You're going to tell me cute, you like it, or cringe, you don't like it. Sound good?
Perfect.
Sweet. So here's your first one. Cute or cringe, true crime podcasts.
Oh, cute.
Love it.
I love true crime. I'll sit in my room falling asleep to like the Murder with My Husband.
Yeah.
I love it.
You love falling asleep to that?
Yeah.
Weird.
My favorite show ever to watch is definitely Criminal Minds.
Okay. I dated a girl who was obsessed with Criminal Minds.
Really?
Yeah.
I get that.
She was always like, oh, let's watch Criminal Minds. I'm like...
They just took it off of Netflix, so now I don't have a show anymore. They took it off on like the 29th of last month.
And then you said you're also into Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, I would love to be a surgeon.
Really?
For like, and not because like the show, because girls will watch it and be like, oh my God, the life of a surgeon. Like, I want to be a surgeon.
I want to fall in love.
Yeah. Like, Derek Shepherd.
Yeah. You're like, I want to do surgery.
I'm like, I want to like put my hands inside of someone's stomach.
How romantic
But
of you.
I tried taking anatomy.
Yeah.
Failed it.
Yeah. And you're like, okay.
Horrendous. I got like a 49% in it.
Ooh,
Tough. Maybe it was a 59.
Yeah.
It was like,
we'll go with 59.
it was, that'll make me feel better. But I don't, it was an F. Like
Okay.
I genuinely failed it.
That's tough.
Yeah.
I do like the true crime podcasts, and I really like scary movies.
I love scary movies.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But Grey's Anatomy, I tried to watch it also for a girl. I got through like the first 3 seasons, and I was just like, man, it's getting repetitive.
It is very repetitive.
Repetitive, yeah.
Repetitive,
Agreed.
but I think like once you get more into it, it's less about like the medical standpoint and
Right.
more like
About the
relationships and all
yeah,
that. Yeah,
right, totally
definitely.
agree. All right, so cute for true crime podcast, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Here's your next one. Cute or cringe? Male nurses.
Oh, hot.
Yeah,
That's
so
not even
hot.
cute. That's hot. Have you ever seen a man in scrubs?
Yeah.
Oh my God, GCU.
Yeah, GCU.
The men in scrubs. I mean, there's like 5 of them because men don't really do nursing
Right.
at GCU.
True.
But the 5 that there are,
Hot.
hot.
Not even cute.
Just hot.
Yeah, it's straight up hot. Yeah, I want to put hot. First hot ever. Literally. I think girls in scrubs is super attractive too.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's just a
Like
thing.
if I was into girls, like if I was into girls, I'd definitely be into that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good answer. Good answer. I agree though. Like scrubs, something about
Hot.
scrubs just shows like they're probably intelligent. Like
Oh,
a good
yeah.
chance that they're intelligent, so that's a standout quality.
Yeah.
And then something about it, it's just like it's
Hot.
it's an aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody should just start
Something
wearing
about
scrubs.
Yeah, just wear
Yeah.
scrubs around campus.
Yeah, for real.
The business majors.
Yeah, right. Yeah, all the screenwriting majors wearing scrubs and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hot for male nurses though.
Oh, definitely. Hot for scrubs.
Hot for scrubs.
Scrubs.
Change it up. That's the new one. Here's your next one. Cute or cringe, tearing off toenails.
Oh, cringe. Ew, 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 ew.
Okay.
that made me have to pee a little bit. It's so gross.
So I'll admit it. It doesn't bother me
If
at
you're
all.
going to tell me that you peel your toenails off, just stop.
So I always throw away my toenails. So
But do you peel them off?
I do peel them off.
That is disgusting.
Why?
Get some clippers.
I
It's
have
so
clippers.
much better for your nails too.
Sometimes
Just no, clip it. No.
I'll even
No.
clip a corner and then tear off the rest.
No.
Yeah.
That is so bad for your nails.
I know.
You should probably try cutting your nails. That's
I know.
disgusting.
I
That's
know.
really gross. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. So
That's
cute-
like
did you say
complete
cute?
opposite. No, I did say
Oh,
cringe.
cringe. Trying to like justify my behaviors right now. Yeah.
No.
So not it.
No, it's like the polar opposite of men in scrubs.
Okay, so men in scrubs way over here, tearing off your toenails. Oh, you went vertical. I went horizontal.
Well, yeah, you go
either
like-
way.
Ow, there's something in my eye. You're like,
Is it
like the
one of my
best.
toenails? I was like ripping them off, throwing them at you.
I'm gonna,
That's so funny.
oh God.
All right, cringe for
I'm going
toenails. Yeah. All right, and that wraps it up. No, here's your next one. Cute or cringe, family reunions.
I think they're cute. My family doesn't really do them. I don't really see my family.
Yeah.
But if I'm ever like dating someone and I go to a family reunion, I have a
Love.
blast.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I think like close extended family is really good. Like it's important.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
definitely cute. Unless they're like weird. If like your family is weird or awkward, or if I'm gonna sit there and the men are gonna be so antisocial that they don't know how to say hi to me because I'm a female.
Yeah. Family female too. That's
Yeah.
weird. I agree. If your family is strange, I could see where a family reunion would be cringy or not enjoyable.
Yeah.
But I have a great family, good extended family. So like family reunions growing up, we did, Thanksgiving on both sides, Christmas on both sides. Like
Yeah.
that was just like very norm for us. So
Yeah.
I love family reunions.
Yeah, I said yeah really weird like 2 seconds
Yeah.
ago. It was like really,
Yeah.
I was like really high pitched and it was really
Yeah.
bothering me and I wanted to like redo it.
So you did it a couple times? That's funny.
Yeah.
We'll take the best one and just like repeat it through. Yeah, I got
Put it over it.
No sweat.
The
Here's your-
entire podcast.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep that one now.
I'll
Actually.
give a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, here's your last one. Cute or cringe, being a flight attendant.
Oh, hot.
Hot.
Free flights?
Free
what?
flights, yeah.
What?
That's so hot.
I mean, like,
Could you see yourself being a flight attendant?
oh, yeah.
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 Oh,
like,
yeah.
I mean, like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm walking out right now.
Well, we're almost done. So.
Can we be done now?
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. No. So you would love it though.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about being one?
Yeah. If I ever drop out of college, which I would not doubt happening sometime soon.
Yeah. Oh, you thinking about it?
Oh,
Possibly.
all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I have 5 more years. Why would I want to sit at GCU for 5 more years?
I love GCU.
I mean, I love it, but 115 in the summer?
True.
Yuck.
True.
Cringe.
Arizona heat cringe. But being a flight attendant, cute.
Yeah, definitely. Because
it would be
like
cool.
the cheaper flights, like what I had an exchange student my junior year of high school, and her mom was a flight attendant, and so she flies so cheap because she's family.
Clutch.
Yeah, and it's like I want to travel the world, so like I gotta marry a flight attendant. You know what I mean?
True. You might have to start liking girls, because most of them are girls. There's not a ton of guy flight attendants.
I might have to.
Yeah.
Addie.
Addie. There you go. Too funny. All right. Well, that wraps up our podcast. Thanks so much for coming over. I had an absolute blast today.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the title of the episode. Yeah. Like with like 4 A's. Guys, thanks so much for showing up. We appreciate it. We will catch you next Monday. Peace.
Yeah.